The following is a paid advertisement. The views expressed are the sole responsibility of the advertiser.
I'm attorney Justin Clark. Coming up just ahead on You Have Real Estate, the outdoor living. Your outdoor living space in Florida is way more important than other states. What can you do to really jazz up that outdoor space? It's all just ahead. It's You Have Real Estate. People ask me all the time if I feel guilty for filing bankruptcy for people. No, I do not. I feel guilty not filing bankruptcy for hardworking families who are struggling every month to put food on the table. Call me now. You have power. Welcome to You Have Real Estate, brought to you by Renewal by Anderson. I am your host, Justin Clark. A great show ahead today, but first, the opening statement. As always, my commitment to you is this: the market is tanking a little bit, but you're thinking about selling your house. You need to know before you decide to sell your house what you're going to walk away with if you do sell it. What are you going to net? And the only way to know that is to know what your house is worth. You go to these websites and you enter your address and it spits out a price. You can't trust these prices. I'm going to send someone to your house and tell you today what your house is worth. All you have to do is call 407-205-0400. Now, the opening statement. You own a house, you have outdoor space, but you don't know exactly what to do with it. Also, you don't know if spending money on the outdoor space is going to enhance the value of your home. I can tell you that it's going to, but what do you do? Who do you turn to? I'm going to answer that question by asking real questions. Every weekend on the program, I ask real questions to the truly trend-setting people in Central Florida's real estate community. Kick it off today with good friend from Delaturf, Ryan Church is here. Ryan, how are you, buddy? Good to see you.
Good to see you, man.
I would even say that in Florida, the outdoor living area is more important than almost any other state because the weather's here. We spend so much time outside that outdoor living space almost becomes part of the family living space. Wouldn't you agree?
100%. 100%. Most people want to spend time outdoors more than indoors nowadays.
And you guys at Delaturf have really created a one-stop place for everything when it comes to outdoor living. What all do you do?
We do a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
So with outdoor living, we do brick pavers, we can do pergolas, we can do outdoor kitchens, artificial turf, putting greens. You name it, we could probably do it.
Let's talk about pavers first. And when you're selling your house, one of the first things that I've noticed when I look for houses is that driveway, right? Some of these old school driveways, you're gonna be a beautiful house, bad driveway. It makes the house almost look old and dated. How can pavers really enhance my driveway?
Pavers are gonna brighten the house up first off. And then it's going to just look better than ugly concrete in most cases. That's going to be your focal point as soon as someone drives up, as well as if you're trying to sell.
Yeah, I think I'm most fascinated with you guys when it comes to the artificial turf, though. And I've always been obsessed with artificial turf. It looks so fresh and clean and new. But some people don't even think of that as an option when it comes to, part of their yard, their backyard or whatever. But especially this time of year, it gets so rainy and muddy and nasty. The artificial turf is really a game changer for outdoors.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it has drainage all throughout, so it still drains through. But you never have to mow it. You don't have to water it. You don't have to fertilize it. You don't have to replace it because something ate it or killed it, every year or two.
Yeah.
So it is definitely a game changer for backyards or anything like that.
Think about the times you've been at a restaurant or some awesome place and you see that artificial turf. It just looks nice. It looks beautiful and clean. You don't have to maintain it. I adore it especially for your maybe a backyard that doesn't get a lot of sunlight. It looks absolutely amazing. Here's what I'm going to do. A QR code on the screen right now. I will send Ryan out to see you. He'll take a look at your outdoor space and see what they can do. And while your pricing is fantastic, sometimes people don't want to write a check for 10 grand or 20 grand or whatever the big project's going to be. You've created an awesome financing plan for people to really enhance their outdoor space.
Yeah, definitely. We've linked up with Synchrony Financial, so we have some really good offers available. We could do 0% for 6 months. We could even do 0% for 25 months, which is really awesome for a lot of customers. Maybe they just don't want to come off the money. That's something that they can kind of make payments over time with.
Yeah. So there are some people out there who either don't have enough space for a pool or they don't have kids anymore. They don't want to deal with the pool. And I respect that. I actually don't have a pool in my backyard. A putting green. I don't want a pool, but I want something to make it look cool out there. These putting greens are awesome. Tell me about the putting greens that you do.
Yeah, the putting greens we can really customize. We can get undulations in there. We can do different shapes. We can even do like real size pot bunkers, anything like that. But if you don't want the maintenance of sand, we can get into just white turf, just for the look, for the aesthetic, but you have zero maintenance on that as well. So they're very customizable.
Yeah. And then you have the whole outdoor kitchen type things. It's the grills, the whole making my outdoors a literal kitchen outside with, again, the grills, you've got pergolas, the whole shebang for outdoors.
Yeah, so with the kitchens, a lot of times we would cover those with a pergola, unless they're already in a covered space. But those are very customizable as well. We can do different appliances, different layouts, whether you want a bar top or you don't want a bar top or anything like that. Everything is customizable.
So the design process, though, because again, you know everything about outdoor living. Me and you likely don't know a whole lot about it. We don't know because we're not doing this for a living. I know I want something. I know when I walk outside, I don't love it, but I don't know exactly what I need. How can you help me with this design process?
We can come out and actually take a look at the layout, and if they have an idea in mind, we can come out and, kind of put it together, or we can come up with our own design since it's something that we do day in and day out.
Yeah, and the pizza oven thing to me, just the thought of a Friday night coming home and yeah, you can go to dinner or whatever, but to spend time with your family outside in the beautiful Florida weather, a pizza oven, Ryan, come on.
Yeah, those are the real deal pizza ovens, and they're really awesome.
Yeah. So when you install a pizza oven for someone, where do they put it in the outdoor area normally?
Typically it'll be on one end of the kitchen, so that way you can get it, maybe the smokestack outside of a covered area or anything like that. But it's definitely integrated into the kitchen, so that way if you got your supplies and you need to put them next to something, you have a countertop right next to the pizza oven where you can just grab that and just slide it right in, and a couple minutes later slide it out, and boom, you got a piping hot pizza ready to go.
I love it. Where do you normally, back to the artificial turf for a second, because I'm obsessed a little bit. Where do you normally put when someone is getting artificial turf for their outdoor area, where do they put it normally?
They put it all over the backyard.
Right.
I mean, we can do just small sections of it. We can do entire backyards. It just depends on the space and the scenario. We can even do dog runs for pets and stuff like that as well.
How do you find animals enjoy the artificial turf?
Animals love it.
Yeah.
I mean, typically when we're done, the dogs will be let outside and they immediately run and just pounce all over it. They love it.
Yeah. How does it feel to you when you go into someone's house and they don't know exactly what they want? It's not nice, number one. Even sometimes they have a nice house, but they're outdoor. I'm even thinking the backyard area is a little bit of a mess, disorganized. And then you come in, you do the design process with them, you go through this whole build out with them, and then finally you walk out there with this beautiful outdoor area that's really changing this family's lives. How does it make you feel?
It makes us feel amazing as well, because that's almost instant gratification when everything's done and you get to see the transformation that you made for someone else. It really is amazing.
Some of the work you've done, it makes me think that, you know how you work all week and then Friday comes around, you're like, oh, I can't wait to, if it's a family, go out to dinner, or if you don't even have a family, go have some drinks with your buddies. When I see what you guys do in people's backyards, it makes me think, I can't wait for Friday so I can stay home. Mm-hmm. That's what you're doing for families, is you're changing the Friday night feeling from going out to, I can't wait to stay home. Keep up the great work, man. Good to see you as always. Delaturf, look, anything you need outdoors, there's one place to call. QR code is on the screen for them right now. Very quick break. When we return, you have real estate continued. Welcome to our house. I mean, you spend more time here than I do, but it is hurricane season. You know our windows are terrible.
Yeah.
When hurricanes roll through, we actually go to your parents' house because we feel safer there, because you don't feel the wind vibration. Go feel the windows right now. Hit the windows like that.
Okay.
This is not a window.
No,
that
and
it should
I mean,
ever
there's
be relied
condensation
upon
from just our sprinkler.
But during a storm like that, you
Water's
wonder why you
coming
feel the
through.
vibrations. Even when a summer storm rolls through, we feel the vibrations here. That's why Dan Brigman is here today, Renewal by Anderson. Dan, as a man, I want to feel like I have a safe, protected place for my family. And I don't here. I'm not ready for hurricane season because of the windows that we have. What can I do as a family guy to make sure my family's safe during the storm season?
Well, first thing you have to do is you got to do what, you've got to inspect your windows. You've got to know and learn about what you have. And Justin, what you have is not a hurricane window. That's not going to stop anything from coming in this house. If a shingle or a terracotta tile were to blow off in your next door neighbor's house in a windstorm and hit that, and you're sitting at this table, it is not a good day. All right, it is coming through. So what we have to do is we have to get coastal windows in this house, and we have to get them in as soon as we can.
I totally agree. The financing that you have too is fantastic. You make it super easy for me to afford windows in my house.
Yes, we do. Look, we know that no home improvement project is cheap, right? I mean, most of us just don't carry, $50, $60, $70,000 around in our pocket, right? And so what you have to do is you have to make it affordable for our homeowners, and that's just what we do through our easy pay plans. We have multiple different ways that we do business. We have 12 months no interest, 18 months, 24 months. We even have 180-month low interest plans. Some of them as low as 5.9. You can't even buy a house.
You can't. Not even close. Thank you, Dan, for coming, by the way. Do you feel better?
I do.
Are you going to stop yelling at me?
I mean, Dan's here, so Dan's going to save the day. RBA is always going to save the day.
A renewal by Anderson, QR code on the screen right now. Get your family prepared for hurricane season and storm season. Even if the hurricane doesn't come through, the storm season gets scary here in Florida as well. Do it today. Debt can be terrible for families. You feel like you can't put food on the table at the end of the month. Call me now. You have power. Welcome back to the show. I had the good fortune of being down in Reunion recently in some really amazing houses. I forgot what a great job they've done down there. It's really its own little paradise down in Reunion. And really there's one man who owns that area when it comes to real estate. You don't really own all the houses, but
I wish I did.
They just call Dereck Mnick. When it comes to real estate in Reunion, you're the guy to call with Reunion Realty. What is going on down there? Because the house I was in, huge house, but the person doesn't live there. They literally use it as a rental. But it's a great place to rent too, because if you have multiple families, it's actually cheaper than staying in a hotel. How would you describe the real estate in Reunion right now?
Well, the real estate in Reunion, probably much like the rest of Central Florida, we've kind of got some deals going on. So if you ever thought about buying an investment property, now might be the time to do it. I was just speaking with Dallas about an appraisal that came back. These folks have secured an offer on a home and got the appraisal done, and the appraisal was $100,000 over what they paid for the home. So if there's proof in the pudding that deals are out there, let this be testament that there are deals out there.
Yeah, deals to be had. And a lot of people, I think now, and you've always heard in the past that people have a sort of a city house and a beach house. But people, I think, are buying vacation homes in Reunion so they can go down to the parks, whatever they want to do. But then also when they're not using it, rent it out, covers the nut right there.
Or when those relatives that come to town that you don't want them crashing on your couch,
what you're doing here.
you send them down to your rental home, and they get the best of both worlds. So it's a nice little niche right in our own backyards here in Central Florida. If you do the parks and like going out, and some people actually come out and stay in these homes for birthday parties, graduation events, or just a quick weekend getaway. So there's a scratch to be itched by all these properties.
I love to see what's really on the market as we sit here today, kind of a snapshot of where we are, and you have a couple listings that I'd like to talk about quickly. The first one is Golden Bear Drive, obviously an homage to Jack Nicklaus, I guess.
Yeah, Reunion's one of the greatest places for golf, not only in Central Florida, but in Southwest United States, because it has 3 signature golf courses, the Palmer, the Watson, and the Nicklaus. So 54 holes of golf in one resort. Golden Bear, of course, is one of the streets that is there, of course, paying homage. But that property there is what we'll call a fully rental optimized home. So there's no space that goes untouched.
What do you mean by that exactly? I want to make sure I understand.
Yeah, so the garage isn't a garage anymore. The garage now becomes more of an entertainment space. So, for instance, for this home, they have a Tron attraction-themed garage with a movie theater in it. Upstairs, they have a James Bond 007 poker table gaming room. So there's a little bit of something for everybody. Rental optimized is where you transition your home from just residential living into a home that might even be considered its own little mini resort.
If I'm looking to purchase a home as an investment, I want to rent it out.
Yeah.
How important is it that I buy something that has been optimized for rental? Or maybe it's not important at all. I don't know.
That is a great question. We have that situation happen all the time. If you get one that is already rental optimized, odds are it's already in a rental program.
No.
If it's already in a rental program, the next thing we'll talk about is conveying reservations. So it might already have future reservations on the books that you as a new owner would actually take advantage of and they would convey to you. So you really can go either way with it if you want to theme it and design it yourself because you have a passion for, I don't know, a certain football team or a certain, guy with, or a bunch of little minions or whatever the case may be. Some people do that, but then other folks like a turnkey property, and we do have those available.
So, certain people like Tyson, for instance, he would want it, if he was renting something, he'd want it Taylor Swift themed, of course. But some other people are more athletic and sporty, and they'd want more of a sports theme.
Understood.
What theme do I choose?
That is the very interesting question because if you choose the theme, Swifties, while they
like Tyson.
like Tyson, I'm sure he's got the guitar and the dress and everything that goes with it.
The dress for sure. I don't know about the guitar.
But you have to pick a timeless theme. You think about what it cost to put money into creating these themed rooms, garages, experiences. So, for example, the movie Frozen, that had its time. Now, if a little girl's going to pick a vacation home, she's not maybe going to know Frozen or she's outgrown Frozen. So
mine's with these Labubu's now. Do you know what this is? Anyone know about Labubu's?
Put them on your book bag.
And my daughter, so you know.
I do.
Every time I see my 7-year-old, she has 2 Labubus on her backpack.
Yeah.
And I thought Boo Boo was bad, but apparently Labubu is good.
Well, we don't have any Labubu themed rooms yet, but our traditional ones like Star Wars or Harry Potter or anything that echoes some of the theme park stuff out there, those always resound with folks. And actually sometimes traditionally do better than some of the Labubu trends that might be out there.
And another listing on the market right now, both beautiful homes. This is on Gathering Court. Tell me about this one.
Yeah, so this is more set up for the folks who want to live there full time. And we've been seeing a transition of that happening in our folks, our clients. They're looking to have the resort style lifestyle, but not have a home in a rental program. They take advantage of Reunion has a water park, restaurants on site, pickleball, tennis, playgrounds, all that fun stuff. So people want to live like they're on vacation. So a house like this would fit that bill. And again, it's a golf course view home, great pool, great gathering space, 22-foot tall ceilings. Wow. I mean, I can go on and on.
And if you'd like to see either of these properties, I'd be happy to connect you with Dereck right now. 407-205-0400. I mean, who wouldn't want to live in a neighborhood like that? It's kind of like paradise, but you're living there as well.
That's right.
So I think it's great for someone who wants to live there full time, maybe have it as a full-time rental or a little bit of a hybrid. Like I will use it some, rent it some to try to cover the cost of it. I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer.
Yeah, it's a three-headed dragon. I tell people, full-time, part-time investment property. The way you buy might not be the way that you sell, so tons of opportunity for Reunion, and I'd love to help anyone that want to come out and find out more.
We'll be down and see you very soon.
Absolutely,
Great
man.
to see you as always. Very quick break. You have real estate content.
Your debt does not have to control your life. You have the power to potentially lower or even eliminate your debt. I'm attorney Justin Clark. Call me now for a free consultation or visit youhavepower.com and take back control of your financial life.
Welcome back to the show, and we are now in Ocala. We talk about Ocala all the time. I've been up here in 6 months or so with Elisha Lopez, and we're here because we're going to do an entire show here because we want to talk to some of your friends. We're going to talk to your son, but it also leads me to a question because we're kindred spirits in some ways. I know when I first left Knoxville, Tennessee, moved to Boston, didn't know a single person. Left Boston, moved to Miami, didn't know a single person. Left Miami, moved to Orlando, didn't know a single person. Much like you. You grew up in Miami, and you end up here in Ocala, you move to Ocala, you don't know anyone. And then you've created all of this. How does that make you feel, seeing what you've created from coming here knowing not a single person to where you are now?
I mean, it's incredible. When we first moved, like 22 years almost, which is crazy. It's a lifetime, right?
Yeah.
But it was also so different. It was way, way, way more quiet. Like now everybody's like, oh, it's quiet. But this is nothing. Like, this is life finally here because everybody moving here. But it's just, you know, when you like make your roots and you, put your roots down or something, or like stick your roots in the ground, whatever it is. But little by little, you just, you know, kind of start to see what's in front of you.
How did real estate become such a big part of your life? How did you get into real estate?
So that's a good story. I mean, actually, like my passion, my heart was always, and still is, interior design, because my brain just works in design mode all the time. And I never intended to get into real estate, but when we moved here almost 22 years ago, the space for interior design, there really wasn't one unless you were going to be in the equestrian community. And of course, I love horses and I love design, and I could have done that, but it was just such a small market. Now there's a market for that, but I needed to work. And so real estate was the obvious choice. Do that,
You've taken a lot of pride in training and mentoring younger real estate agents over the last several years. What do you tell someone who is thinking about a career change? They're doing something else. They're doing a 9-to-5. They're punching a time clock, and they've always had real estate on their mind as well. Now they're saying, I want to be a real estate agent. What do you tell that person?
Well, first they got connected with the right person. Because like that passion I have for it and for people, and you know, like that's the cliche, like, oh, I love people. But I mean, you have to love. You cannot be in this business if you don't love people, because it's a people business. And when your heart's in the right place, then everybody around you, I think, is going to flourish. And just the experience and just so many great things that have happened to me, and I want to pour that into everybody. Like, that's really what it is. And it's unheard of in our industry to have agents, as a broker, have agents with you for 10 plus years. And we're approaching that 10-year mark with so many of my team, which was really incredible.
What advice do you give a young agent who's taken that leap of faith, used to getting a paycheck every 2 weeks, and now they're not? They're going to eat what they kill, so to speak. They're only going to be able to make money if they sell real estate now. What is some advice you give to that agent who is jumping into this new career?
So everybody's going to say, okay, it's not easy, but it's worth it. And life's not easy, right? So like putting in the work and who you hang your license with from the beginning is the absolute most important thing, because it's going to be the difference of getting out that gate fast and strong and making money quickly than just sitting around waiting and hoping. And I think the stats are still like 83 or 87% of agents that get their license within the first 3 years get out of the business. And so if somebody comes on my team, like the goal is that they're staying in the business and they're going to have a career that they're happy and proud of that for life. So they can have that freedom that we're all chasing.
So that person, the agent, maybe you're thinking about a career change right now. Finally, Monday morning rolls around and they're not going to work. They don't have a boss anymore. They're sitting there, computer screen in front of them, don't know what to do. They don't know how to go find business. They don't know how to go make money. What do I do on that first Monday morning? What can I do to go find business?
Well,
tough question, I'm sorry, but I think it's something that you got to think about if you're thinking about this career change.
And that goes right back to where you hang your license, because the broker, the team lead that you have, like who you're with, they're going to have that schedule for you. They're going to be, they better be holding your hand and teach you, because not just like, where do I go, what do I do, but like, what do I say? And that's huge. And there's all this like scripts. And yes, you need like that foundation. You need to know what to say, but commission breath. Like you're like, oh, you know, you want to buy a house because they need the deal to
commission breath. That's one of my favorite terms. You want to avoid commission breath, of course.
And you really can, but that's where it comes right back to the heart, because when you truly want to help somebody and you're in it for what's good for them, like you get rewarded at the end. But they don't have that commission breath feeling, and that's like the best way to go out of business.
Thanks for lunch, by the way. I was starving. That was fantastic. To Elisha Lopez, we're here because we're going to spend the entire next week here in Ocala talking about all things real estate. We're going to also address about how some of these changes in real estate and changes in this market are affecting you. Thank you to all of our guests, to our amazing team back at home base. Even Makaila is here on site with us, and Brent, of course. Most importantly, thank you. See you again next week for more You Have Real Estate.
The proceeding was a paid advertisement. The views expressed were the sole responsibility of the advertiser.